Today, you'll hear amazing real-life stories from our studio guests. Women addicted to drama and to danger and self-destruction. Women whose personal tales make any soap plot pale in comparison. Patricia, for example, who says that people have jumped off a bridge for less than the dramatic twists her life has taken. Her perils have included robberies, assaults, car accidents, near financial ruin, 2 tubal pregnancies, 2 messy marriages, and a new relationship that may have her packing her bags and moving to Bulgaria. And you'll meet recovered drama queen turned best-selling author Dr. Joy Davidson is here. Her new book, The Soap Opera Syndrome, is helping women to break this self-sabotage cycle. The Soap Opera Syndrome. Now, Joy, is it common enough that we can name it?
It's probably the most common way that women particularly sabotage their happiness, their self-esteem, their livelihood, and their intimate relationships. And it really starts with a basic drive that exists in all of us for excitement and stimulation. But little boys and little girls are brought up to fulfill that need in very, very different ways. Boys are told to go out into the world and through action and achievement get their needs met, whereas girls are taught to seek fulfillment through their personal relationships and their inner emotional life. And when we do that, we build high drama into everyday situations and create soap operas.
So it would take, a woman would take, you feel, is this more women than men?
It's more women than men because of how we're brought up, although there are some men who do consider themselves soap opera queens.
Okay. Do women take stable, fulfilling relationships and sabotage them in exchange for something that is much more uncertain, something potentially harmful?
Very often we do. We can even take a very stable, calm marriage and make it exciting by building fights into it, building crises into it. We can make a crisis out of anything if we really want to. Even filing our income tax late can be the end of the world. Or we can do very, very destructive things to ourselves that take us truly to the edge and then leave us dangling.
All right, listen to the 11 questions that can answer whether or not you are a drama queen. We'll roll through them and answer yes or no to the following questions. I'll go through them all and then I'll give you the kicker. All right, number 1. When you're feeling good, do you expect something awful will soon happen? Could fights with your spouse be described as frequent, vicious, or theatrically intense? Do you feel that your partner only listens to you when you're angry? Do you become intensely involved in the personal problems of all your friends, your relatives, your co-workers? After a serious fight with your partner, do you feel a sense of satisfaction? During the most heated arguments, do you become aware that you're no longer fighting about the same issue you started fighting about? Are you often on the edge of missing work deadlines? Do people ever tell you that you make too much of little things? Do your friendships sometimes end with explosive confrontations? Do you get angry and yell at other drivers in traffic? Oh, a lot of takers on that one. When you have a problem, do you discuss it with a number of people? Okay, now, Patricia, are you yes to one or more of these questions?
One or more, yes,
Maybe
definitely.
10 of 11?
Probably, yes.
What is it about your life that made you seek out all these different confrontations, these conflicts, this chaos?
Well, I was raised in a family of 6 children, being the oldest, and we were not rich. We were a little bit above poverty level. And I saw a lot of friends as I was growing up that had all these marvelous things, beautiful clothes, beautiful houses and everything. And I decided at a very early age that I don't have the affordability for these things. Therefore, if I acted as if I was in that class, that level, that I would fit in. And I started also utilizing an attitude of always rooting for the underdog. So maybe I didn't have the money to be up there and recognized in my peer group or whatever, my community. So by opening my big mouth, I would get attention and draw attention towards the underdogs and what they needed to have done to maybe have a better life too. I was one of the underdogs. So that's where it started in my childhood.
Tell us about Joe Romeo, the guy who got you pregnant the second time.
Joe Romeo, he was 23 and I was 38, and he pestered me, and I buckled in finally. He promised me that we were going to live in a beautiful house together. I'd known him all of 4 months by that time, and we did. He grew his hair long, he quit working, got into drugs, decided he wanted to be a rock star. I was ready to break up with him. When I found out he was actually cheating on me while I'm at work, he's cheating on me with the woman next door. She was an alcoholic, but she was beautiful, got his attention. I was ready to break up, as I said, and I found out I was pregnant. The doctors told me everything was normal. Toward the end of my 3rd month, the pain was excruciating. They discovered through ultrasound, and I had the misfortune of seeing that fetus on screen, that the baby had actually died, and I was within an hour literally of dying. I had bled internally for 2.5, 3 weeks, and nobody had a clue until it was almost too late.
Well, certainly the tubal pregnancy isn't something that you brought on yourself. Joe Romeo, however, your gigolo 15 years younger,
Yes.
having an affair with your neighbor was, and now you want to go to Bulgaria with the gymnastics coach?
I was involved in the Goodwill Games last year that was held in Seattle. And I was asked if I would escort the Bulgarian women's basketball team and their coaching staff and translators to various functions. I did, and the coach, his name is Ivan, we and I got to know each other, and we fell in love. I was invited to their basketball games. They won the bronze medal. They yanked me out onto the basketball court and had me take a picture. It was his way of introducing me to Bulgaria, so I guess I am.
But Patricia,
Yes.
the Bulgarian gymnastics coach, following Joe Romeo, following the abusive husband you had before that, you were a doormat for your husband, you were a doormat for Joe Romeo, you're going to be a doormat for the Bulgarian gymnastics coach?
He's a basketball coach, by the way.
Basketball coach.
But I think what happens is, no, I've not been married. I went from one marriage into another. I went from one relationship into another. That stopped. It's been since 1987 since I've been married. I've had time now to learn to be Patricia without a husband to validate my existence, if you want.
Joy, do we buy that? I mean, it sounds like she's creating more drama. Now she's going to go to Bulgaria, a nation that's in tremendous flux right now.
It's certainly
Eastern
a setup
Europe,
for more
behind
drama.
the Iron
It's
Curtain,
certainly a
a
setup.
different culture,
Yes,
da-da-da-da-da.
yes. And you know what? We will always tell ourselves that we are truly in love, and this is going to be different. And fling ourselves headlong into a no drama unless we really pull ourselves back and say, wait a minute, let me look at this very, very carefully. Where are the dramas in it? Where's the lack of drama? Practically make lists in your life.
Speaking of lists, I asked the 11 questions. We had some chuckles on several of them. How many yeses out of these 11 questions would you say it takes to be a soap opera queen?
I'd say about 3.